Okay.
the other day.
Senator Campbell?
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. What was it on page 2?
If you'll notice on page 2, it starts on page 1, but basically a definition in subsection
Of what it violates.
starting with B, where we get into line 4, and it talks about violating good morals or natural justice.
Right, we're going to strike those in the amendment.
Pardon?
I plan to strike those. I just didn't have time. It's in Ledge Council.
Okay.
I plan to strike those.
Okay. That won't moot our opposition to the bill.
Of course it won't.
But it's helpful, and I appreciate your recognition of that problem.
But I will take issue with the fact when you're talking about that Houston case.
Yes, ma'am.
Or the Pakistani case. So, and the story is, the short of it is, the lady goes to Pakistan with her husband, not knowing that he's going to ask for a divorce. And gets there, and the next thing you know, she's visiting her parents. He comes back in. She is served in Pakistan with a paper that says you're divorced. She is unbeknownst to her. Well, okay, now come back to Texas where she is a resident and he is a resident. Well, convenient for him, he got his divorce. Okay, so she's willing to get a divorce. But what is lost is that any mediation prior to getting a divorce. She is not able to enter into a hearing for a divorce, any reasons or what he may have done that can be weighted as to any outcome of children for any other woman or material things. It's just, that's it. And what happened in that case was the judge divided up. They decided, okay, well, we have to divide up the goods here, and that's it. She was not allowed due process under the 14th Amendment. That was a decision made under a foreign law, brought back to America. She, being a Texas woman, said she felt that she did not have due process. I mean, end of story. She's a Texas citizen, comes here, wants due process, does not get it. And you, a proponent of family law, should appreciate that. So that's where I take umbrage here. She tried, she's denied. This is a woman denied due process, and it is a woman. And that's why. And I feel that, and there are other cases. This is the most recent, it's not even hot off the presses. It's April 24th, 8th. So you can view it like that, but as a woman, if this happened to me, I'd be upset. I'm upset, and it didn't even happen to me.
I can see that.
But you hear where I'm going. If it saves one woman, Texas resident, and what does it hurt? It still gives the judge discretion. But it says you need to look at American law, and if it violates the Texas Constitution or the United States Constitution, don't bring it into our house. That's what I'm asking here. That's what this bill does. That's what they recognized in the House. That's why it had a bipartisan support. It's not saying you cannot take into account foreign law. It's not doing that. It doesn't touch businesses in any way. I'm asking for a woman's right to be protected. This is an example of how it's covered over. That's all I'm asking. I'm not shaking up the world. I'm asking for a woman to have a say-so here. And anybody who can't vote for this, it's a vote truly against some women. It's not a bunch. But if it's even a few, are we really asking too much? I don't think so. So thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
May I respond?
Yes.
Just briefly, I understand it's late and we've
It is.
And may respond, though, Mr. Bresnan, and then we'll
In the letter that I've given you, there are numerous examples of laws that are and have been and are applied all day, every day to prevent the concerns that you have. In this particular case, and the members can read the case, it doesn't take a great legal mind to understand this particular case. In this case, there was a process in Pakistan. It was called a reconciliation. There were 90 days to do it. The woman was given, according to the First Court of Appeals, which is...
Well, let me interrupt you. I don't think we need to rehash all that. The point is, she came back here to the United States, wanted due process, did not feel she had it, and I think we owe it to her to do that. So without getting into all the details, I'm just trying to to move on.
Well, the details of this case are important, and I understand, and out of respect to you, ma'am, I won't go through everyone. But I would highly recommend to the committee, particularly the former judges on the panel, to read the opinion because it's not quite as characterized.
Well, I appreciate that, but I would not have brought this forward if there weren't enough instances that I felt the women were getting ripped off.
I respect your sincerity, Senator.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, and thank you for being here, Mr. Bresnan.